Yahoo! Oh my gosh. Hold on. Everything's missing. Clip. Yippee! Yahoo, everybody! Today we are drawing. We are drawing again. My back is still not great, but we ball. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully, oops. Let me turn off the Pokemon music. Hopefully that's fine, audio-wise. I may not yap much. I don't know. May yap. I may not yap. I do kind of want to yap about umineko, but I also want to lock in on painting. I already put down some colors, like for the background mostly, because I don't normally draw backgrounds, but I had a vision for this one, so I'm kinda, I don't know. I want to go with this, but I don't know. I don't really do backgrounds, so I don't know what I'm doing, you know. I don't really do backgrounds, but I think like I should be able to turn this into something. Basically, I don't know, I wanted to do something like dark, crazy, considering the music that I'm playing right now. Hold on, let me lower it a little bit. It's loud. Okay. Alright, let's also get some reference in here. I am mostly using the there she is. She's so small. The pachinko sprites. Look at her, she's so cute. she's behind the window and she's looking. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Let's do flats, and then I can figure out the rest eventually. Let's just leave the tiny Maria there so I can color pick her. And we're gonna do flats. I should probably hold on. Let's hide all this actually. Ooh, what's this look like with the lines? It won't look that bad. Okay, let's hide that. Okay. Yay! I really like the shade that her hair is. Like I could have this as I would love this as a hair color. Oops, wrong color. My back situation is better, I'd say. Let's take this darker pink actually. Huh? What's this? I just got a text message. Hello. Okay, what the heck? I don't know what that is. Anyway, my back is doing a little bit better today. It hurts far less without painkillers. So I think I'm recovering. It's still kind of bad for me to be in any position for too long. So we're gonna see how long I can stream. I am going out later though, so it won't be super long. I do want to be able to finish painting this though in the time that we have, so that's the goal. The goal is for us to finish this. So we're gonna get all the flats in, and then I'm gonna figure out painting afterwards. Actually, I was playing umineko before stream. I didn't get very far because I got really sleepy, so I took a nap. But episode 2 is starting off very interesting. Maybe I should talk about how I feel about episode 1 in like the most non-spoilery in the most non-spoilery way I can. I've been wanting to read umineko for a while. To be honest, so okay. Let's preface this with my experience with Ryukishi's writing, I guess. I loved Higurashi when I was younger, but I really only saw the original anime, which I believe only covers like the question arcs. Of the story. So and I never could bring myself to read the visual novels because I hadn't really built up a resistance to horror. So unfortunately, the original anime is the only thing that I've seen of Higurashi, but I love Higurashi quite a lot. And through osmosis, I've kind of absorbed, you know, some other things. So I do eventually want to work up the courage to read the novels. And maybe after I do umineko, I can go back and read Higurashi. So I've always been kind of a fan. And then with umineko, like I like remember I remember when it came out, like the game. I still remember it. Oh my god, I'm old. Like, when did it come out? Hold on. Wait a minute. Am I talking out of my ass? I don't think I am. Because I, like, remember. umineko. Yeah, its first episode debuted in August 2007. And by this point, let's see. Where's the anime? Where's the Higurashi anime? I'm trying to figure out dates. Hold on. We will figure this out. I'm trying to like get a timeline here of when I might have like gotten into all this and stuff. So the anime aired in 2006, and then Umineko came out in 2007. So that makes sense. I probably, because I remember watching the anime in its entirety and then hearing that Umineko had released. Obviously, it would have just been in Japanese, but at the time I was already playing visual novels with like a live translation software. I don't remember what it was called, but back in the day when you wanted to play VNs, you could hook it up to like this program basically that would live machine translate the Japanese into whatever language you wanted. And that's how I used to play games. And boy was it bad. Boy was it not good. And so I had to rely a lot on like the voice acting, if there was voice acting. I guess that's part of how I learned Japanese as well. So that was a huge thing. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, I was talking about, right, so like I remember when Umineko came out, but it wasn't very accessible to me at the time, and also Higurashi, the anime, kind of profoundly warped my brain cells a lot. Like, I think I was too young, really, to comprehend a lot of things. Although there were some things that stuck with me thematically and stuff that I now like understand better in retrospect. But yeah, because of that, I was like, I don't think I can do Umineko. Even though I really wanted to, because I was also at the time, I think, like reading a ton, and that might have been happening around when I really got into detective fiction, like classic detective fiction. So you know, Agatha Christie and all that, and obviously, and then There Were None was one of my favorite books at the time. I was obsessed with it. I thought that novel was brilliant. It's not my favorite Agatha Christie anymore. My favorite Agatha Christie now is actually, oh my god, what's that book called again? It has a guy's name in it. Hold on, let me go check. Agatha Christie. Where's the list of her books? I don't remember. And I don't want to like talk about what the story was, because I also don't want to like spoil it. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. That one's my favorite Agatha Christie mystery. I'm a huge fan of that one. But I would say that And Then There Were None is maybe my second favorite. So yeah, obviously, like, the premise of Umineko is a bunch of people end up on an island, and then murder stuff happening, which is, you know, the premise of And Then There Were None. I don't know if Agatha Christie was the first one to do it, but she certainly kind of popularized the trope, you know. And it is a brilliant book, and it's I like oh my god, I lost my thought. It's just like such a good mystery, you know. She's really brilliant at weaving those. And I think what I love so much about detective fiction is that, like, I love playing the game of reading a novel and trying to, you know, figure out who did it. The whole whodunit thing. Little known fact, when it comes to detective fiction, at least from the golden age of detective fiction, there are, like, rules, essentially. There are rules to the game, and by the game I mean, like, the game of figuring out who done it. I don't remember what they're called. I think they're called, like, the 10 Commandments or something. Very religious, I know. It's like I think they're called, like, the 10 Commandments or whatever, but it's basically these 10 rules that kind of define the relationship between a mystery writer and the reader, and it's kind of to set a even playing field when it comes to solving the mystery. But obviously these rules are very outdated. They will apply for the most part to, like, most stories that you read that are from, like, the golden age of detective fiction, but you'll see at some point it gets some authors, like, try to still make the game fair while also breaking those rules. Yes. VLR also plays around with those rules, and I find it so fascinating how, like, modern mysteries love to kind of deconstruct those commandments, while still making the game fair. For me, the biggest thing that matters when it comes to, like, solving the mystery and having it be fair is that like, whatever the detective knows, or whatever information the detective in the story has access to, you should have access to as well. Like, that is the baseline. So if a detective is being given information, you should receive that information too. What you are not privy to, however, is whether or not the character, like the detective character in the fiction, like, they don't necessarily need to tell you what their conclusions are based on the information they're given, as long as you are also given that information. And then the game becomes, some say that, like, you need to be able to figure out who the culprit is before the detective announces it. But I like to play it on hard mode, which is figuring out who the culprit is before the detective figures it out or when the detective figures it out in fiction. Yeah, hard mode. I will say Ace Attorney is sometimes very bad at making fair mysteries. I would say that most of them are good at it for the most part, but there are some that are like explicitly written in such a way that there's no way for you to guess. I would say the minimum is that you are able to generally with Ace Attorney cases guess who the culprit is, but the means, like the method basically, is sometimes not as clear with Ace Attorney cases. Yeah. Especially because Ace Attorney loves to just introduce new things to you mid-case. And for narrative reasons, Phoenix is often put in this position of like not getting information that he should have from the beginning. So we're already starting at a kind of disadvantage a lot of the time. In Ace Attorney. But that's why these rules, like the mystery, the whodunit rules, they're not infallible. They're pretty fallible, actually, I would say. You don't necessarily need to follow them in order to create a fun mystery. And that's what's fun about modern mysteries, is how they deconstruct these things in order to create a mystery that's still fun to solve. So I've been thinking a lot about... So, if Umineko is structured, I guess, the same way that Higurashi is, my assumption is that I'm not going to know how the murders were committed in episode 1 until I hit the answers arc in Umineko, so that's likely gonna be like, I don't know, 60 plus hours from now or something at the pace that I'm reading. It took me like 20 hours to get through episode 1, although I did take a lot of breaks, so that might mean it might take me like 80 hours to get through like the first 4 episodes of Umineko, but because of that, it'll be a while before I yeah, they're very, very long. Ryukishi sure loves to yap. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's certainly very wordy. And it's funny because he's wordy in a way that's very different from how Uchikoshi is. I would say if we're gonna talk about like the difference between Uchikoshi's writing style and Ryukishi's writing style, is that Uchikoshi often likes to kind of exposit about very tangential niche topics that feel kind of random. you know like he likes to bring up, I like to say that he just loves to bring up like faux science, like pseudoscience stuff and conspiracy theories to kind of lead you astray, except most of the time it's like not actually leading you astray. He likes to trick you that way, where he'll talk about things that seem useless and then it's the most important thing. I would say Ryukishi works largely more thematically. There's a lot of meandering in the text itself. Like, I would say the plot kind of advances at a snail's pace. It's really, really slow. At least so far it's pretty slow. I don't know if it picks up the pace later on, but right now it's really slow. And a lot of it is in the moment, seemingly nothing, but oh my god, why is my zoom like being so wonky? at the moment, like in the moment when you're reading it, you're like, what's the point of all this actually? But when you look at a scene in its whole, you're kind of like, oh, okay, he's pushing a very specific like theme or concept in every scene. And I think that's a fascinating way of doing it. It's kind of like introducing pieces until you hit the climax where he's just like, all right, time to just let it all blow up. At least that's how episode 1 was paced. It was paced very like, here are all the individual pieces, and then the action of the story is like the second half of the episode. I've been thinking really hard, basically, on like, quote unquote, the solution of episode 1, just because, like I said, it's gonna be a while before I actually get the answer of like how those murders were committed. So I've been trying to like think about it on my own. Like, I wonder how it is. Like, do I want to? Because kind of the main crux in Umineko, and I'm gonna say, like, this is without spoilers. It's just kind of like this is the main conflict in Umineko is like whether or not like a person committed these crimes or Beatrice the witch committed these crimes. Essentially, like, is it magic or is it real? Like, that's kind of the whole conceit, I guess, of Umineko. And so I think the most important part of the game is to kind of figure, like, I don't know that I lean either way yet. Like, to be honest, the novel does a lot to be like, you should believe both perceptions. But because of that, it's like, how am I supposed to solve the mystery? How am I supposed, like, I'm missing so much information, you know, like, okay, let's do the eyes. I'm missing so much information. My current thinking, without going too much into detail, is that I personally think there's like multiple culprits, and also possibly like a character that faked their own death at some point. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking is okay, hold on, let me look at how purple her eyes are. Okay, if I go a little bit lighter, it should be fine. Okay. Like, I'm missing, what was he saying? Oh, right, that I was thinking, there's definitely more than one culprit. I don't think all the murders were committed by one person. I think there's multiple people involved. And also, I think at some point there's someone who may have faked their own death. That's kind of where I'm at with episode 1. I don't know if I'm gonna like learn more information in future episodes that'll help like solve episode 1, or if they're gonna be like standalone. I have no idea. I don't know if they're gonna be standalone mysteries or not, because it's my understanding, and I only know this through osmosis, but like I know that it loops, and I don't think the murders are gonna be like the same throughout the loops. So what the heck? Hold on. There we go. That's what I was doing wrong. I was not drawing it on the right layer. Okay. Episode 2 is already starting off very interesting. So I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. I'm honestly shocked that I got sucked into it so easily because, like, I have so many visual novels on my backlog at the moment. I was like, I shouldn't get Umineko until I go back and finish 100 Line. But I just, with my back pain, like, I don't know. I wanted to treat I wanted to treat myself and fight the horrors with something. So I was like, let's just get it. Let's just get it. Who cares? I'm glad I did because it's taking over my brain right now. Maria here, the character that I'm drawing. She is my standout favorite at the moment. I like her a lot. She's just so... She's adorable. And I think Ryukishi in particular is really good at writing younger characters. And giving them depth and making them feel so... I don't know what's the word. He makes them feel so, like, fleshed out. I think most writers are pretty bad at writing children, which doesn't surprise me. But Ryukishi writes them with such empathy. I say, and then he also, like, puts them through unimaginable horrors, so it's like he's also, like, putting them through literally unimaginable horrors constantly. But I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. I knew the second that this character showed up, I was like, oh, she's either gonna be the cause of some shit, or have some shit happen to her. And I think it's both, to be honest. I still don't really know what her deal is, but I like her a lot, and I'm like, she could commit any crime and I'd be okay with it. Okay, let's keep that light shade for here as well. Yay! Yeah, alright, that's good. Let's do the other eye. Okay. And then do this light over here. Yay! There we go. She looks so cute. Alright, let's do the hair next. Let's see. Let's go with like this shade. It's a little bit light. It's a little bit orange. But I will still use this. Okay, then make it a darker brown here. Oh my god, hi! I talked a little bit about umineko. I talked about... What did I talk about? I talked about how I got into it in the first place, I guess, and then my current standing theory for episode 1. Okay, I also want to figure out, so here's the background. Which I need to keep into account. But I might just like put a gradient map on it to do the lighting afterwards. So let's just do the flats. I'm gonna just do the flats and I'll think about more complicated things later. Yippee! We'll have to fix the lashes afterwards. Unless I put this. Oops. Hold on. Unless I put this here. Yay! Let's put that there. And then we're going to render the hair a little bit. There's this really gorgeous CG in episode 1 of Umineko. I think it only shows up if you have so umineko has like a few different visuals that you can have if you get the mod. If you get the Steam or Manga Gamer release of umineko, it comes with both the original Ryukishi sprites and then also the pachinko sprites. The pachinko sprites are not that ugly, but I feel like most of the characters don't really look like themselves. I like the Ryukishi sprites a lot too, as well. He has such a distinct style, so I do like them. They have these stubby ass fingers and it's so cute. But I got the mod. Yeah, it's very round, and I adore how round it is. This is why I like the PS3 sprites, which is what I've been playing with. That's what the reference that I have here. So this Maria over here is the PS3 sprites, which I think is a nice balance of like a more modernized look, but still retains kind of the cute roundness of Ryukishi's like designs. But I've been kind of swapping, but I think overall I prefer these PS3 sprites. Cause look how cute Maria is. She's so adorable. She's sure cute. Okay, I need this strand of hair to actually go here. Gotta fix the strands here. My second favorite character at the moment is Canon. Canon. Mostly because he is very gender, which is not surprising to literally anybody. So I'm probably gonna draw him too at some point. I might actually print a few of these for the con if I like how they turn out. We'll see. We'll see how this one turns out. But anyway, Kanon has more presence in episode 2. It looks like episode 2 is like focused on the other teenagers, basically, of the cast. So there was already a lot of Kanon. And it made my brain rattle last night. If you've seen my thread on Blue Sky, my brain was rattling about him. So there's this whole like thing where the servants in the mansion, they all call themselves I don't know if each episode is a loop, but right now we have looped back, so I am in another loop at the moment, but I don't know if it's only going to be one loop, so we shall see. What was I saying? Yeah, so oh my god, hold on, my brain is exploding. All the servants of the Ushinomiya family, they all call themselves, they all refer to themselves as furniture. And, you know, at first you're supposed to kind of be like, oh, haha, it's supposed to be, you know, because like they're servants, so they're supposed to be of use to humans, but like not be in the way or whatever. It's you're supposed to take it as like haha metaphor or whatever. But I know Ryukishi, I know his game. So I kind of knew from the second it came up that like it's probably literal. My current theory is that the furniture, I don't know, there's like one servant that I'm pretty sure isn't furniture, but there's like there's 3 of them that I'm pretty sure are furniture, because they refer to themselves as such. And my theory is that they're homunculi, essentially. Like, artificially made humans. That's my theory. Now, I think they're homunculi. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm right. I do not know if I'm right. Yeah, I think it's magic stuff. Do I know how much of the magic stuff is gonna be like real slash metaphorical, allegorical, or whatever? I have no idea. I have no damn clue. But for now, I'm taking it as real. Just because I think you're supposed to. But I also think that it's more fun that way. And because I think both interpretations are supposed to be valid. Ugh. Oh my gosh. All that effort for just one side of her hair. This might take me a while to render, to be honest. I want to read it more. I want to know what's going on. I was reading earlier, but I got so sleepy, so I took a nap and didn't get as far as I wanted to. I would be able to read so much if my back wasn't in fucking constant ass pain. Like I said, it's getting better, but it's still like, ow, pretty atrocious. Hold on. Let me put more Tiger Balm. Maybe that'll help. I actually might be going, I'm going to be going for a walk later with my partner. Downtown with some friends. Just to get my body moving and hoping that'll help like a little bit. I actually wanted to go to the gym, but I think that would be pushing myself too hard, so I'm compromising by going on a walk instead. And then we're probably gonna get dinner out somewhere, so that'll be nice. Okay. Hopefully that helps. I need the Tiger Balm to kick in. Okay. She's so cute. She does have a lot of like characteristics that I like to draw. The big eyes, the hair. I think I'm also just in general getting better at like drawing characters in my style, if that makes sense. I feel like I used to be really, really bad at it, and I feel like now I'm way, way better at it. Oh shit! Oh my god! The ribbon is on her crown headband. I thought it was part of her collar. Oh my god. It's part of her crown. See, look, it's like there's this red band. There's this red band up here. It goes down and wraps around under her chin. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I thought it was part of her collar. Shit. Well, it's too late to change that. I'm not going to. I'm not going that. I'm not changing that. I wonder if it looks like that in the Ryukishi sprite. Hold on. Oh, it is like that. I just read her design completely wrong. Whatever. It's too late now. I don't want to fix it. Oh, I don't want to fix it. It's like there already. Man. Well, we did it. We fixed it. Oh my god. I did have that thought when I was drawing it that like, why is the ribbon not connected to her collar? And then I promptly ignored it. Then I promptly ignored it. I feel like you'd only notice if you like look really closely that it's like the same shade as this. I guess. Shrugs. No, low key. Hold on. Low key, I was gonna play umineko music in the BG, but I don't know if I can. I think it should be fine, but at the same time, I don't know. I just wanted to listen to the OST. Probably not, it's an indie-ass game, you know? You know what, I'm just gonna do it, because I feel like when I start wanting to paint, like, the gradient and stuff, like, I want the vibes to be correct. Okay, hold on. Let's do it.
What if you could create
Oh god, that's an ad. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, there we go. That's so funny. Whatever, it'll be fine, I think. And if it's not, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out another day. God, it's so good! I probably shouldn't play this song, though. Hold on. That's the opening. This one. There we go. Vibes. God, she seems so pale. Okay, we're gonna fix that. I honestly don't know if my back is gonna last being able to finish this painting. It's only been an hour and I'm dying. I really want to finish drawing this. Okay. Is that too dark? Where's the lighter part of her hair? Lighten this up a little bit. Okay. Is that the hair? Let me erase the part that's here. FaceTime. Okay, let's... I like this song. Okay. I think the light is coming from over here. Because I put shadows here. So, in theory. Oh, her eyebrows. Doesn't she look so innocent, like she's never done anything wrong? And because she definitely has not done anything wrong, actually, so... She's completely innocent. she's 9. Sure. I don't think that means much in the grand scheme of things. I'm not implying she did a murder. I don't actually know if she did a murder. I don't think I'm gonna know if she did a murder until very far into the game. But I think it's very possible. I have suspicions, sure. Okay. Oh, we gotta do her clothes. Man. Okay. Hold on. I gotta mute this. Okay. Yippee! Am I? I don't know. I don't know how much I want to clean up the lines. A decent amount, actually. Yeah, I like that. Let's do it everywhere.
Oh, I'm gonna cheat with the corset. I am gonna cheat so hard with it. Yeah. You shall see. I don't like what happened to the sleeve. I ruined it. Hopefully I can fix it. Anyway, let's do the corset because it's gonna be really fast. Because all I'm gonna do is take that, and then I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna take, oops, wrong. This, go here. Let's take. Maybe this color. Oh, that's better. Maybe this one? Nope. There we go. This one's good. Oh. Let me move. Okay. Oh, where did I put the sleeve? Oh, it's over here. Is it? No, it's up here. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna put like minimal shadow on the bag. And then I'm gonna fix everything else with gradients. Is it not cheating? I think it's cheating. I don't know, because I'm not doing it properly. Whatever properly is. Nah, I'll have to do it manually. What if I just took this out? Do I even like it? I feel like it's fine like this. And then what if I just cover it up a little bit with Oh, wait, actually. I think it has to be darker. Okay, and then I just do this. Yeah. Okay. Whoa, what's this? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Enough playing with that. What was I gonna do? Okay, let me take out this, because that was placeholder. We're gonna erase that for now. I'm gonna clean this up. Then it's these yellow walls. And then this. I have never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, if the light is coming from there, it shouldn't be dark on this side. In theory, there's light in this section here. So like, in theory, the light is kind of orange. It's just like warm light. That I want to make show up like here. It's basically doing this. The light. And then it's, in theory, like dark over here. You know? Does that make sense? Like, in theory, that's what the light should look like. The other thing is that there's like these patterns on the wall that I want to draw. I don't know what I'm going to use for it though. Maybe roses. And then I'm going to just no, I don't like them. Get rid of them. I feel like this needs to be cleaned up a little bit more though. Okay, the curtain. I like the texture of this brush. I'm gonna keep using it. brighter red on top for the light. It's a little too bright, like this. That looks like curtain, right? Okay, and we'll fix this window. Not that color. It should be like a glowy blue. I feel like the shadow here needs work. There you go. That looks a little bit better. Okay. I think like 50 it looks okay. Is that too bright? Okay, I want to see what'll happen if I play with some gradient maps. Okay, so oopsie. Okay. Wow. This adds a lot to it. I'm realizing. It's like sunset dark. That's kind of sick. Okay, let's just look through all of them. That one's interesting. Now I feel like it's too dark, though. my god, hi Ruth. Thinking emoji. Ooh, interesting. It's just interesting. Okay, hold on. Let's fix this. Because it's so messy. I want the lighting to be a little bit more solid. So I'm gonna fix it like this. Yeah, I might do a version of this that's like a little bit brighter for printing. If I end up printing this, I still don't know if I'm gonna actually print this. That's not orange. That's not orange. This is orange. Okay, and then we can overlay, and then I'll bring this down to 50. And that's when I will play with my favorite brush until I like what it looks like. I'm going to be playing with these percentages for a long time. I'm just... ah! Okay. Let's take a break from that and do the butterflies. I think maybe that'll help. So I got these butterflies. I kind of want them to be blurry, so I'm not going to clean this up too much, but I do want to... Okay, make some of them darker so that they don't fade away. Like these ones can be darker, and then those can stay light. Okay, and then I think for the sake of clarity, I'm gonna fix the window thing here. I probably need to play with this more because I feel like it's really messy.
in some parts. But I don't hate it. I am not hating how this is turning out. I know that this is probably like how how saturated is this to like a normal person? Is it really bright? I forgot some details on her crown actually. It's very saturated. But not oversaturated. Okay. I do want to clean up the shadows in this spot over here because I feel like it's kind of ugly. So we're going to fix that. I'll probably play with the percentages more on like the overlay and stuff. Because it's definitely one of those things where, like, to me, it looks pretty cool. But I think it's, like, too bright, probably, for, like, a normal person. Yes, the butterflies are very, very bright on purpose because I'm trying to mimic the butterflies represent Beatrice and they like show up in the game like kind of mystifying. They're very formless. It doesn't help that I feel like it like looks different on stream, and then it looks different on my tablet, and then it looks different on OBS. Oh man. Okay. I have to fix a thing because I forgot that she has these little red things on her crown. And then I need to clean up like some of the extra color around. Yeah, but like if I want it to look right. I want it to look right.
I should save. I didn't save a single time this entire stream, lol. That could have been really bad. It's okay, I saved. We're good. Okay, I think I want to like... Whoa. Can you zoom in? Thank you. I want to clean up some of the lines that I think turned out a little bit messy. Just use a pencil, you know, clean it up a little bit. Clip does have like an auto restore. I just don't know how far like back it like saves. Actually, if you like force quit. And I suppose I don't want to find out. Oh shit, banger incoming. Incoming banger. Man, when I was the first time this track plays is really, really crazy. And I just jammed. I just jammed. Okay. Why does this track go so hard? Like, what the hell for? I know what for. I know what for. But damn. It's so crazy.
145 was nicer. Percentage-wise on the overlay. Okay. I like this. I want to make the glow. Hold on. There we go. I just wanted to add a little bit of blue in here. For the contrast. This might look horrific in print, I feel like. But I think it looks cool like this. That's how she laughs, by the way. Maria. Oh, right. I was gonna add blood. I forgot. Blood stains. Let's go for like a dark crimson red. That doesn't make sense.
Is there too much going on? Her crown is getting a little bit lost. I should probably... I didn't shade it at all. So I should probably... Hold on, let me... shade it a little bit. Okay. I'm happy, I think. I think I'm happy with this. How long did that take me? 2.5 hours? Oh my god. Though, to be fair, it was already just a painting. I don't want to work on it anymore, so I think it's finished. Hold on. Yeah. Considering how it turned out, I might not print this one after all, but I'll do some test prints and see. It's just ink after all, which I have plenty of. Looks really well put together. Does it? It looks a little bit messy to me personally, but like, I kind of like how the lighting turned out. And I think you sort of get what's going on, which is more than I could have hoped for, because I don't normally like do like backgrounds and stuff. I don't really do like stuff like this typically, so yeah, I think I got the mood across. I should show y'all the CG that this is inspired from. I didn't really... It's just the vibe. I wanted to... These were... Okay. This is the vibe that I was trying to emulate. Okay, hold on. Picture. Sources. Browser. Oop, sorry. Ba-bam. This is the CG. I guess it's kind of a minor sort of spoiler for Umineko episode 1, but at the same time, like, it's episode 1 out of 8 episodes, you know? Like, that was kind of the vibe. This was kind of the vibe. But I was like thinking, actually, if I had this print that, you know those like lenticular cards
that like, you know, like you like angle it or whatever, and it like shows two different images. I was like thinking if I turned this into a lenticular card that like she would have like a, you know, a little bit of a not normal expression and a normal expression, but that may be a future idea that I capitalize on. For now, I just wanted to paint Maria. The umineko face, yeah. Yeah, the umineko face. But for now, I just wanted to paint Mario. And I'm glad it turned out nice. So, yay! Yay! I'll post this on Blue Sky shortly. Technically, I will be drawing again tomorrow, I think. But we'll see. I'm gonna go see a movie tomorrow, and I don't know what time it's at, but I think if I start stream early again, that it'll be fine. So I might start stream early again tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna draw. We'll keep drawing. Cause I like to draw. I love to draw. So yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Yippee! Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.